So you mentioned that you haven't actually eaten out for years.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so
I used to eat out a fair amount though, if that I can give some perspectives on that, if that's useful.
that that would be great. Yeah, if you
Yeah.
could tell us a bit about how it was before you had those um, two reactions, and then
Mm.
how how you feel about eating out now.
Yeah, so before those reactions, I probably used to eat out not loads. I'd have some certain areas or like chains, like one which was quite interesting on the whole that so Wagamama was, I felt, at least when I was eating out, one of the best places for, at least for peanut allergy. It might have been different for other allergies. And at that time sesame seemed to be okay. So, and they were using sesame, so but that's sort of separate. But I used to go there and they were amazing. I think I'd often have my own personal chef who would cook things separately in a different area with clean utensils and stuff like that. And it was always pretty good. But I did have one experience there where I think it was one of the ones that, one of the experiences which added up to put me off eating out was I sort of, as I always do at the start, that I have peanut allergy, the severity of it, check everything, like all that sort of stuff. And I ordered, and then the just before they like bring out the food, the waitress came back to me and she said, just double checking, do you want your peanuts on top of your meal or on the side? And it obviously been lost in translation or something that actually what was heard was peanuts. Maybe thought I want peanuts, saying I'm I could die if I had peanuts. So that was pretty off-putting. And yeah, I to be honest, I used to find that it was the exception to the rule where staff were well trained. I felt some degree of safety. There are quite a lot of places I go and I just walk out straight away because it just wasn't good enough. Yeah, I'd say I never really. There's probably a few years when I was sort of teenager and stuff where I actually seemed to not be anxious when I was eating, maybe when I was eating out certain places, but it seemed to get worse. And yeah, I just had too many um bad experiences, not in terms of actually having reactions, but just feeling so sort of on edge and like not taken seriously. And it's how I explain it to people often is that if you don't have, at least for me, like, so if someone doesn't have food allergies, don't have any intolerances or anything like that, going out to eat is normally a sort of social, fun, relaxing experience. But I found for me it was just the opposite, and I just sort of stopped wanting to put myself through it. Because everyone else was sort of just joking around, having fun. I was sort of pretty on edge and trying to work out actually, can I trust this team of people to actually take things seriously? But hopefully things are better now. Hopefully it's a bit better for people. I don't really know. I haven't done it for a while.
Yeah, I mean, this is part of what I'm trying to do as well with
Yeah,
delivering training, um, is to try and bridge that gap and make it easier for us to actually know where is safe to go. And it's still quite common to get the eye rolls and the sighing and the tutting, um, and even people saying, "Oh, we can't guarantee." We've
yeah,
got this in the kitchen, so we can't guarantee that it's not in your food. Well, actually,
mm,
why can't you guarantee it's not in my food? There's no need. Um, yeah, so we're we're getting there, but it's very slow.
yeah,
Um, but then I don't know if you're aware of Owen's law that is being talked about at the moment.
yeah,
Um, so hopefully that um, that will make things even better. But
yeah.
it's going to
Hopefully,
be a
yeah,
case of try it and see, because there are still businesses out there who are not compliant with the laws that came in 2014.
yeah,
We're nearly 10 years on, and there
yeah,
are still businesses out there who are not doing what they're supposed to do.